Today I'm back at the property that the owner Mark calls the Rock because of the gigantic boulder that's on the property. Last time I was here he gave me a quick tour, but I didn't really get to look around as much as I'd like. And this time I've come back with a purpose. I have a garden in the back of my house that has a stone pathway going through it. I need a few more rocks to make it a little bit longer. So that's what I'm looking for today. And of course I'm just looking for rocks in general. So let's go see what we can find. For my path project, I'm not necessarily looking for super colorful, beautiful rocks, although I wouldn't mind if they were beautiful. But I'm looking for flat rocks. Like that one, I can bury the bottom part of that and leave that as a top. This one over here, not super colorful, but it's pretty flat. I don't like the bump on that one. That wouldn't be a bad rock right there. I'm gonna walk around and not pick up the first rocks I find, so we'll see what else I can see. Sure are a lot of rocks to look at. I think I just found my first rock that's going in the Jeep. I think that green is mostly just on the surface, but it's nice and flat. It's pretty big. It's not too thick. Problem is the Jeep's way over there and that's kind of heavy, but I think I can manage. Found a pretty one. Nice pink one for the path. Let's see what the other side looks like. Not so good there. I like that color, but it's not a big enough flat surface. But I think I might go for the pink. And possibly this green one here. I haven't decided on that one. It's not quite big enough. Ooh, look at this one. Two of them here that look really interesting. This one. Oh, I love that. And this one is kind of cool too. I like this one better. Any flat sides on it? Sort of flat, not flat enough. Watch my channel enough, you know that I say a lot of bad things about granite. I actually like granite, I just don't like polishing it. So that I think would look nice in a path. It would look really nice. It's pretty flat. The good news is the Jeep's right there. Here's a green one. Found a really pretty rock. The grass out of the way there. Isn't that beautiful? Well, I missed a beautiful rock on the way here. Look at that pudding stone. That might need to go home with me. Wow. Nothing on that side. The bottom looks good though. Shaded down here, but look at that. Then I gotta look at this one right here. That's beautiful. Another Gogandatillite. Literally piles of rocks here. Not naturally piled, of course, but let's go check them out. I'm quite a ways from the Jeep, and the road's pretty muddy here. I don't want to get stuck. I probably wouldn't get stuck, but that'd be embarrassing if I had to ask Mark to come pull me out. There's a nice one. Oop, another pudding stone. Not as good as the other one, but gotta give it a squirt. Looks like there's just that one little spot there. That's weird. What's going on up there? Something growing on the rock? Yeah, must be a root or something right there. Thought it was a stripe at first and then didn't quite look right. My Jeep is over there far enough that you probably can't see it, which makes me hesitant to bring this one back over there, but I like that shape for a path because it's got a kind of pointy part in it, and sometimes that's good for getting in between two other rocks. See how thick it is. It doesn't look very thick. I think I can carry that one. But I'll leave it there for now because I'm still exploring. Okay, the long rock pile on the end. I think I can remember that. And here's some color. And here's a green one. I was going for the pink one, but now I see the green one. Look at the chipped part right there. Ooh. I do like the nice. Water on that one. Isn't that beautiful? This one broke in half. And I was originally going to go squirt the pink rock. Ever since last time I came here, I've been disappointed I didn't get a drone shot of this rock. This is the rock the property is named after. It is just enormous. See another pudding stone over here. If there's anything in the back. Not too bad. Might go in the saw. I think that's a horn coral right there. Yep, that's what it is. A little coral. Don't know what kind that is exactly. Oop, there's another horn coral. And a Petoskey stone. Here's the horn coral. And a very weathered Petoskey stone. That would not be good for polishing. It's nice to look at though. Seems to be a lot of fossils right in this little spot. Another coral. Cool looking fossil down here. I think that might be stromatoporoid. Maybe some sort of coral if it's not that. Yeah, I'm gonna guess stromatoporoid. That is very cool. These are some of the rocks Mark has piled up, ready for sale. We looked at some of them last time, but this time I have a squirt bottle and it's sunny out, and we're going to take a little closer look at them. I like that a lot. That's the kind Mark really likes, ones with the big quartz veins in them. Gogandatillite. Here's another one with nice vein in it. Isn't that beautiful? I like these bumpy ones. I have one sort of like this in my yard. Not this big though. Those little ridges in there. Some nice look at that part. It's interesting. One little area is like a, I'm going to call that a pegmatite. My son-in-law will let me know if I'm wrong on that one. He loves pegmatite. Pegmatite is rock with a bunch of big crystals in it. That's my amateur definition. That's a beauty. Another one right there next to it. That's limestone. I like that one. It has fossils in it. Otherwise, no. That's a good one. I think I showed you these last time, but they just look so much better wet that we're going to look at them again. Wow, look at that one. Love the really white matrix in it. A lot of times they're more of a yellowish color, sometimes pinkish, but I like the white the best. There's one with a really cool shape. Oh, there it is. Up next to yet more pudding stones. But this one, it'll look like a piece of art or some sort of a vase if you stood it up that way. Big Gogandatillite. Oh, I've seen them a lot bigger, but I guess I meant the little pebbles in there. That's not a pebble, but the clasts, I think they're called. And then I definitely showed you this one last time, but this is Mark's favorite rock. And I don't think I have to explain why. That would look nice in my yard. Not sure how that formed like that. I'm guessing that there was something softer in these areas that weathered out. But I don't know for sure. And one more pudding stone. Oh, two more pudding stones. What the heck? That's got more of that pink matrix. I actually like that one quite a bit too. Look at the color of this one. Deep bluish green. Here's a neat one. Not sure if that's Gogandatillite or something else. You don't usually see them with green like that. Found some big ones. Is that a piece of unikite? It might be. Yep. Love the color of that epidote. That's the green color, by the way, in case you didn't know that. What a decent looking Petoskey stone. It's actually not quite as weathered as some of the other ones I've seen here. Still don't know if it's good enough to cut or polish. There's good detail as a fossil though. I think I'll leave it there. There's an ideal rock for my path. It's pretty big. It's not too thick, so I can pick it up. It's perfectly flat. And I'm parked there. The road goes straight there, and I think I can even back up right to it. Whenever I see one rock set on top of another rock, I like to always go check it out. It means somebody thought it was good in some way. Looks like it might be Gogandotillite. A little wet here. Huh. I think it's just different colors from being underground, broken, or below ground. Got some bird poop on there. But if you look right there, it looks like that's the actual color. But that's a beautiful rock. Can I wash that off? Nope. And the other rock I saw is way over there. That's big. And it looks like it might be a pretty cool looking rock. Here's a good rock for my path. Kind of green. And then that one's not quite as flat as I'd like, but I like the spots. So that one might have to go with me too. Just dug this one out, and then my battery died while I was filming it. I don't know what that is. We don't have a lot of petrified wood in Michigan, so if you're thinking it's petrified wood, I don't think it probably is that, but it kind of looks wood-like. See if I can find any more rocks. Oh, there's some. Pretty red one. Can I make it redder? Yes. Is there a flat side? No. Good one for some color. Nice and flat. It even has a stripe and a little protrusion that'll go nicely in between other rocks. Well, that's the last rock I collected from my path, so let's go put them in place and see how they look. There are the new ones. You see any that you recognize? Eventually the path will go off that way just a little bit farther. There's a pretty little rock. I don't know what that is, but I think I might try tumbling it. Wish it was a little bit bigger because it's not going to be very big by the time it comes out of the tumbler. Look at the colors in that. There's a big Petoskey stone. I was looking at it and trying to decide if I should take that one home. So it's got really good definition, except here where it's broken, you can see there's not much pattern in it. So I think that's what it would look like if I polished it or cut it. You can see a little bit, but not like that. So I've seen these before where they make really nice fossil specimens, which I'm not into as much, and not nearly as good for lapidary purposes. There's another one right next to it. The other thing I look for is these white lines in between. I'm not seeing white, and it looks a little bit porous there too, so I'll leave those there. You can yell at me in the comments. Green rock. Beautiful. Doesn't have to be flat, does it? Nope, not flat. Nice rich green though. Found a bunch of Petoskey stones right here. There's one there. Here's one. This is the one I picked up and looked at, and that looks pretty solid. Looks really solid. Actually, it might be silicified, where it's got more silica in it, less limestone, but I might take that one home and cut it. And then this, I tipped it over, and look at that. I believe that's stromatoporoid. Got like a yolk in it. I found a couple of those on the beach before. That's pretty cool. There's just Petoskey stones everywhere here. There's one at my feet. Not sure what that is, but here's Petoskey. Here's one. Oh, there's part of a brachiopod. A fun little spot. Petoskey, Petoskey, Petoskey. More. I got this all slabbed up. It's not the best Petoskey stone I've ever seen. It actually gets a little better as you go. This is my favorite piece down here. And I think the backside even looks better. Yeah. Not too bad right there. Could definitely use this stuff for something. Let's get back out there and see if I can find a few more rocks. A couple interesting rocks right close to each other. I don't know what that is, but it's orange and it has little sparkly spots in it. Almost look metallic, those little inclusions there. You see that? And then a nice green rock. Probably get that wet. I think that should go home with me. Hey Mark, so what have you been working on today? I saw you loading, moving rocks.
Yeah, just playing around the rocks and
making piles.
Yep. Figured I'd come and show you this spot here. It's really interesting because there's a bunch of little tiny round stone just like you find on the shoreline or riverbed, and it's only in this one area as far as I know.
Yeah, it really is different because you see the little rocks other places, but always mixed with the larger ones.
Right. This is almost all little rock.
Very well rounded too.
Yeah, it looks like somebody dumped them here, but it's not. That's just what's here.
And we were looking around this area, and Mark found a really nice pudding stone, which he's sending home with me. And I don't know what kind of coral that is, but that's a very nice coral fossil.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You have to let me know when you figure out what it is.
Well, don't hold your breath.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, thanks for letting me explore your property some more. We had a fun day here, so
no problem.
Would have been here about 4 hours, I think. So
yeah, probably.
It's hard to leave. So we'll see you on the next video. So see you later.
All right, thanks.